So welcome back people, and you can see we just entered our cruise. You've heard that on the previous episode, but yes, here we are back in the flight deck. We're now actually very close to our descent. 270 or below, so we're fine. Top percent coming up just over 20 miles, so we need to be quick on this stage, and you need to go into the Perth next phase to the approach. This is where you get all the information. So Manchester's 1016 and 04 at the moment, and these orange boxes is what's necessary. New winds, wrong one. Our 290 and I know the transition altitude is 5,000 feet. The barrow height, since this is a non-auto manual landing, is going to be something different. And if you're doing an auto land, it goes in the radio. Going nuts, and INN23 right, and our decision height today is 396 feet, and config 3 landing. Back to flight plan, and just in case you're wondering, where's the thing on, London controls on, and London's busy at the moment, so I've disconnected off that sim. So now it's just a waiting game of just ready for descent. I'm going to auto brake a medium and wing light back on, them off, and everything's set up for descent. I'll arm them again, and essentially put in cruise mode. Forgot to do that a while ago. Now we're just, it's a waiting game for our descent. So I'm actually going to go back into the FFC, look at what's our first thing, and it's flight level 170, so put in 170, and that's level by that waypoint right there. So I'm actually going to initiate our descent, which is making us climb for some very weird reason. So let's go into vertical speed mode and start the descent manually. Minus 800 feet per minute will do this for the time being. For as you can see, that's where we're level by. And while I see then back up to Mersey. As soon as we start to see this popping down, I'll put it into the manual. Managed descent. So you can see now we're well into our descent, 20,000 feet, and still below the glide which we are planned for, but that's all good. We're in manage mode. I put that on there before you went to the outside view, just because as soon as you start it you can put it on manage, just like I wanted to climb onto the path. Then it would do a very steep descent as it managed to get there. Anyway, yes, about 20 miles from to we have to be level. 2,600 feet below us. And from that I'm going to go down to 8,000. which is near enough level by Mersey. And then from there it's self-vectoring for the ILS 2-3 right. And that's going to be a fun descent, I reckon. So anyway, I'll see you when we get a bit closer. So welcome back, people. Yes, we are now inbound Mersey, flight level 119. We're just now over if we look out the right hand side, that's the Mersey. The Wirral Liverpool Aerodrome is just about there. See if I see some lights flashing. Just try to get a good view. So that's the Wirral over there. Nice golf courses here actually. Flying over there VFR, very nice. So anyway, so we're in Mersey. So from Mersey, I'll get the line system on. And in the Airbus it is automatic. If you go into the RAN nav, that is the thing I want to do, automatic. So I've not put them in, that's automatic. So you do not have to worry about that at all. So I'm going to go back onto engine mode. So 110, still 250 knots. You see Mersey's at 11 miles. From Mersey we're self-vectoring out about 085095. Then coming in for the ILS from 10 DME and landing it from there. So anyway, everything everything's fine up on the overhead panel. And yes, excuse my cough, it is very bad at the moment. Hate coughing. I don't do it deliberately, obviously, all by accident. And here's 10,000, so no lights on. Forgot to put that on a while ago. So, still 10,000 feet. I wish I could say where we're going, but it doesn't. So yeah, life is life. See, Liverpool skyline behind us. Some nice things. Formby over there. Dinosaur footprints on the beach, or human ancestors. Fossil footprints on the beach, I should say. Learned that in my biology lesson today. Hip hip hooray, my house just over there. About there, around that area. I'm not sure. I know where on the map, but I'm not saying it on YouTube. So I'm a northerner, so what I'm going to do, set this thrust idle to slow us down to below that speed. And I'm going to go manual heading, but keeping on that heading until Mersey. I'm manually controlling my speed. I want to keep it at that speed what it was going down to anyway, so yeah. 61 miles from Mersey still. I'm going to continue our descent to 3,500 feet. And now everything's down selected mode, so if you just, yeah, it's a weird clicking system, because, yeah, right click and it gets you the thing, so yeah, on everything. And almost at Mersey, we're at Mersey, right hand turn, heading 090. I'm gonna go 085 actually, but keep on the heading. See, that's where the planning Boeing is the range ring, and this is that. And there's nothing really else to do for the next 20 miles of flying, apart from don't need this anymore, so we're going to Perth. I'm going to activate my approach phase, which gives everything fixed on my V app. My approach speed basically is 130 knots, so it flaps 3. So I'm going to slow the descent down a little bit more. So really, a lot of the Airbuses are flying and monitoring what you do. Well, that's just kind of what flying is nowadays, unless you're in a light Cessna or something along the grounds of those lines, like a Piper or a, like, you know what I mean. approaching some cloud. Nothing really to worry. We have got anti-ice on. Wing on as well. But there's, yeah, monitoring for the next 15 miles of flying essentially before we start the turn on to final approach. I'll zoom into 20 miles. I think no quicker. And the main thing really is decelling on this leg, 'cause you want to be at 180 knots, 200 knots around that turn onto finals. Essentially 210 knots here. I'm still fast, but you can deal with the speed on a 10-mile final without a doubt. Here's some terrain over here in green, so it's not an imminent threat, it's just a warning of that. If we keep going the way we're going, it's just gonna crash. Probably won't actually, but we will crash on this heading if we ignore it. So we're almost 10 miles from the turn. And just a nip 090 to make it a little bit better. Obviously in real life they'll have vectors on. You've probably been told to hold a long time back there at this time. Almost 7 o'clock. Rush hour's about to end at Manchester. So we're now approaching the local. QNH is 1016. So when we reach 5,000 feet we can go on to local QNH. A bit off still. 10 miles till 10 DME. You can see the DME marker from the aerodrome. Well, the runway is 12 miles. I'm not sure exactly how well you can see that, but it's 12 miles, 13-ish now. Some people outside. See the aerodrome through the clouds, all the nice light. There we are, 5,000, standard 1016. See, now we're above the glide, so I'm just going to increase the descent a bit more. We're in at 10. And you want to start the turn shortly. Right, slow to 200 knots, and I'll take... I'm not going to take the first notch of flaps actually, I'm going to go down to 190. That's where I'll take my first notch of flaps. Lovely Manchester area here. And I think, if anything, we have passed. Yep. Turn to about 135. This puts us on base leg number 1, preparing us for our turn for base leg number 2, which is the intercept of the ILS. So here we are, flaps 1 was stable and I'm happy with that speed. See, we're below the glide path, leveling off at 3,500 feet. Just check on my iPad, what approach altitude is, and it's 3,500, so we don't have to worry. Manchester over there, Old Trafford, and the airport. careful because you want to get as close as you can, but you don't want to basically overshoot. Because I like having a 5 mile thing on. It's 230, so I need to go for about 200. Wait a little bit longer. .93 along with the localizer, which we now have. So activate approach, which will establish us on the ILS, and it looks like we're going to go shooting through the localizer. Well, not shooting through it, but you know what I mean. Start that turn a little bit too late.
2,500.
So we just need to, the thing is going to correct us landing this runway. So I'm going to go all lights on for our landing. On the left hand turn to get us back onto the localizer, and about 80 me I'll drop the gear along with flaps 2, and I'll set that down to the approach speed. So that's saying managed against the actual computer on board's managing the speed. So gear down.
2,500. 2,500.
See the city up ahead of us. And I'll take flaps 2. You're wondering, I've got some configs on my a throttle quadrant and joystick X55 set. I'm on reach full, I'll go flaps 3. That's the F, the full, if you're wondering. So we're now established fully, everything's happy. Just flaps 3. Normally, most airlines apart from low cost use flaps full. So I'm choosing easy procedures here. Well, I think are easy procedures, I should say. To do this. So on the left hand side. It looks like there's a campus down there, doesn't it? High-rise buildings over the city. It's actually one of the nicest approaches I've ever done into Manchester. Nice, clear day. Okay, what I'm going to do now, disconnect the autopilot, keep the auto throttling on the Airbus. That's one very big important factor. Auto throttle in, because it manages speed better than a human will ever do. Well, unless it's broken, that is. And a human could probably, a professional, be able to manage it better. But it just keeps everything happier and stuff on board. So it increases stuff depending on your position and how you're flying the plane. So very, very just gentle adjustments on either the yoke or the stick you're using. And I'm actually assuming that you people who are watching this actually have a yoke or a joystick, and I did that again like I did last time. Don't creep it forward slowly. Keep the joystick very, very firm in your hands. And at about 50 feet I'm going to pull it back when it says retard. Well, before I say it says retard, so we're basically bang on the glide and the localizer. Just a little bit right, actually.
500. 400.
Right, quiet now.
300. 100 above. 200. Minimum 100. 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Gentle
10,
flare,
5,
and down we go. F2 to get the reverses, and we have decel. Rudder to keep on the centre line, ish, and 60 knots. Stow the reverses by just flicking up your thing and back, and we can vacate here. Which is safe, so just close that, close that. 4 minutes, a bit slower than expected. Just shut off some stuff. And welcome to thingy. Just clean up, flaps up, speed brakes up, disarm them, and well, welcome to Manchester. Very simply, we landed it, and you have done it. If you're up here and you're flying along, you have done it. You can do it. Remember, just trying to clean up. Just pull it onto a taxiway. Go on to wheel, look at the temperature, brake fan on, and just try and nice low taxi. So we just don't do. So we don't really use the brakes a lot, otherwise it's dangerous. So I'm gonna go to 6, and I will see you there. So we're on gate now, ground services, external power, turn external power on, and off the engines go. I'll get the jetway out to us if it works, which is not working. And well, simply that is today's flight done. There's wheel steering gone. And simply just put the dome light on. Everything is off apart from the navigation light once again. So this is essentially now your startup state. And if you want to fully go shut it down, you just need to basically turn off batteries, external power. So you just go back to the thing and just do everything in reverse, but from last. So all screens, everything here off, and then just off, lights off, external power, and cut the batteries, and you're sorted. So I must say thank you for watching very much. Remember to hit that subscribe button. I hope you have learned to fly this thing. Comment if you want a video of a tutorial of any basically PMDG aircraft such as the 737, 777 or 747 original. I don't have version 2 that's not out yet. I'm hoping to get it when it's out, but I'm not 100% sure. But comment anything you like. I will comment any routes, do anything, I'll do anything to try and we'll keep you guys interested. Well, I must say thank you very much for watching. Remember to hit that subscribe button, and bye bye.